So today is Frantic Friday's video. I decided to do something new, and I can't even do that. ah, I asked Meta AI to come up with a script for today's Frantic Fridays video, and I can't even do that. I'm not good with scripted stuff. Sure, on Rumble, I read through an article and comment on it and everything, right? But I can't just sit there and just read a script word for word. Like, even when I was working, they wanted me to follow a script, and I never did because I just can't do that. It's not my words. I think that's why. I didn't write this script, so I can't just sit there and just read it out, but I'll do my best. I'll, just whatever. Bear with me. It's about taxing food. Like, why? Why do they do that? Why do they tax on food? Like, there's some food items, like grocery items, that aren't taxable, right? Like dairy products and stuff like that, and just little things that they don't put taxes on, or they include the tax in the price, whatever. But it would save a lot of people money if they not only axed the tax on all grocery items, but if they removed the taxes on restaurant food as well, right? Like Tim Hortons, for example, right? You go and you get a coffee, right? I like to get the extra large coffees. So it's like $2.35, and then they add the tax and it comes up to $2.65. Right? So that's 30 cents. 30 cents tax on a coffee. Right? Like, how long does it take you to drink a coffee? Not that long. Right? But that 30 cents could go towards something else. Right? Like, and then the more you pay, the more taxes you pay as well. And it's like, Right? I went there one time. I got a coffee and a pizza. Right? The pizza was on sale for like $5.99, whatever. Right? Ended up coming up to like almost $13 for the coffee and the pizza. Like, that's crazy. And that's mostly taxes right there. Right? You take the taxes off, and more people will go, right, and spend more money, and then in the long run, the restaurants are actually making more money if they didn't charge taxes, right? That's my big point about the whole thing, right? So I got Meta AI to write this script. I can't do this. I've tried this like 2 or 3 times already and ended up just deleting the video because it's not my words. It's not what I do. But yeah, like, and there are some good points here too, right? Right? Like, here, some groceries are exempt from sales tax, but which ones, right? You got to dig through the fine print to figure it out. And even then, it's not like it's a significant enough exemption to make a real difference, right? Because everything else you buy, there's taxes on that, right? So you're ending up, you end up paying taxes anyway, even if you buy items that don't have taxes. They still charge you taxes for other items as well. Just take the taxes off of everything at the grocery store, right? Like the food items or anything, right? And if you're shopping at Walmart and you're getting other things like clothing and whatever, right? And they put taxes on that, that's fine. right? But the groceries, you need food to survive. And you can't do that, especially with the economy the way it is right now. You got to take all the taxes off and everything. And what led to this is like, if you know me, you know that I do surveys a lot, right? And one of the surveys, one of the questions was, should they remove taxes from all grocery items and all restaurant food? Yes, they should, because the more, right, like you take off the taxes, more people will go to the restaurants, and the restaurants will end up making more money because they have more people dining at those restaurants, right? Especially like the big fancy restaurants where you go in, you order a meal, right? And then they slap on a whole bunch of sales tax and everything. Like, and then they want a tip on top of that. It's like, that's crazy, man. Crazy. Right? Like here, it's not just about the money, it's about the principle. Food is a basic human right, not a luxury item. We shouldn't be taxed on something that's essential to our survival. It's time for the government to rethink their priorities and scrap the sales tax on food once and for all. Exactly, right? Like, we've got a new prime minister. Why can't he do it? Who knows, right? He's liberal. There you go. But anyway, aside from that, like, oh, man, like, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Right? And then there's this one part here that I don't understand here. Have you ever tried to calculate the sales tax on a restaurant meal? You don't have to calculate it. It's right there on the bill. But yeah, it's like trying to solve a math problem from hell. Not my words, it's on the script. So if the meal is $20 and the tax is 10%, but there's also a 5% provincial tax, right? Like they add the provincial tax on top of the sales tax. And then we've got GST, PST, right? The PST is the provincial sales tax. The GST is the government sales tax. And it's like you got two taxes right there. And they're both different percentages, right? So if you have to figure that out on your own, you're screwed unless you've got a calculator. Most people have calculators on their phones. Yeah, go Jets. But anyway, like seriously. But yeah, I don't want to take up too much time because Randy's coming over. So I gotta get done this before he gets here, and he's gonna be here in about 10 to 20 minutes or so. But anyway, this is crazy. Like this whole sales tax on food in general, right? Like groceries, restaurant food, convenience stores, gas stations, anywhere that sells food, no taxes. More people will spend money if the price is down lower, right? And that's something that we need right now. I don't know about the US or other countries, but this is what Canada needs right now. And if you're in the US suffering from the same problem, you'll probably agree with me too, right? You got to take the sales tax off of everything, like all the food at least, right? And if you're going to take the sales tax off of that, Might as well take the sales tax off of everything, right? No taxes anywhere. There was a time at the end of last year where they actually took the taxes off in restaurants and stuff, right? At least Tim Hortons, right? Because that's where I was going at the time. And they took the taxes off, which was good. That was great, right? No tax. And I was like, what? And it was like for like 2 months, they had no taxes on anything. That was great, right? You know, I went more. I went there more often because I was saving money. And I'm sure everybody else would too, if everywhere took the taxes off of food items, right? Because, like I said, you need food to survive. And if they're taxing you on it and they're not paying you enough, right? Like if you're working or whatever, you're not getting enough money to survive as it is. And if they took the taxes off of everything, you'll actually have more money to afford more things. So why not do that? Share this around if you agree with me. Share it around even if you don't agree with me. This point needs to get out there, right? It needs to get out there. Everybody needs to know about this, and everybody can benefit from this if you just take the taxes off of things that you need, right? Not just certain items, everything. Groceries, food, restaurant food, clothing, like anything that you need to survive, like toiletries, household cleaning products, stuff like that. Entertainment stuff and luxury items. Yeah, sure, leave the taxes on those. Whatever, right? Or just take the taxes off of everything and everybody will be happy, right? You don't have to calculate them. You don't have to worry about them. You just say, okay, well, this is how much it is. There you go, right? And even with the taxes, they don't put it on the shelves. Like, how much is it going to be with tax? You don't know until you get to the checkout. You take the taxes off, it says right there on the shelf. Then you can calculate it as you're going through the store, and there you go. That's how much you pay. But yeah, take the taxes off. No more taxes. That's what we need. Make a petition, get people to sign it. Do something. Call your local government. Send them this link to this video. Let them hear me rant about it. And then there you go. Let me be your advocate. Seriously, email your local government. Pop this Frantic Fridays video link into that email and tell them, hey, check this out. This guy is making a good point. And then hopefully we can get this point across and just eliminate taxes for everybody. It'll help the economy. It'll help people. It'll help everything. Right? And then maybe you could afford those luxury items that you can't normally afford. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I'll be back next week with another Frantic Fridays video about something else, I guess. I don't know.